internet. Oh, finally. Here we go. Good morning. Sorry if for the delay. I said 9:30. It's 9:34, but we couldn't get our Wi-Fi to connect. And I don't think Do you want to say what I was going to say? I honestly don't know how long we'll stay connected. So let's just hurry up and get through this, huh? No, you never hurry through coffee.
So here we are, Sunday,
May
2nd,
2021.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Amber. This is my husband.
And I'm Jim Bob.
Tim Bradshaw. I don't like how I look today. I don't like how I look most days. I'm too chunky. I never see a mirror. We don't have mirrors here. The only mirror that we have is on his side of the bed. So he stares at it. If that tells you anything. That's the only mirror we have in the whole house. Yeah, that's the only mirror we have in the whole house. So I know that's kind of weird, but I haven't looked in the mirror since we moved here. Oh, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But anyways, good morning. If you're joining us now for the very first time, I apologize. But we just, we live here off grid in the mountains of East Tennessee. We moved from our urban city life in South Carolina, and we just have coffee and chit chat like a bunch of friends. That's pretty much it. Nothing special, nothing necessarily inspirational. We just like to have coffee with friends. So this is our morning that we do that. Sunday morning. That's what it's turned out to be. It used to be every day. And then people got tired of listening to me talk. Yeah, they aren't as patient as my husband is.
We like to talk about all of our failures, so you
so you learn.
Yeah, you learn.
Yeah. We have some successes thrown in there every now and then.
Yeah, it's nice to have one every now and then.
What do you say every once in a while? A blind hog finds an acorn. Do you know that you did not create that saying?
I know that. I knew that.
I heard it.
Yeah.
Like I heard it on a show or something. Wait, I know. It was Ricky and Baba from we have antenna TV and we get 4 channels. And which is fine because we don't need to be sitting in front of a TV anyhow, but we like to watch it after dinner for a little bit. And what's the name of the show? Storage Wars or something. Storage. And there's the guy at two guys, their uncle and nephew, Ricky and Bubba, and they have the funniest thing. Sometimes not appropriate, but he said the other day, and were you watching it too? Because I'm like, Timmy's. Because every now and then a blind hog finds an acorn. Sorry.
Well, let's move on.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
It's been a busy, stinking week.
On the road. Driving and riding. Well, I don't drive.
So he rides. I drive.
Yeah, and it's exhausting.
To ride?
It is exhausting.
With me?
Yeah.
You can stay your butt at home. I would get done quicker.
Yeah.
And spend less money.
It seems like when you're driving,
I tell them all the time,
you're actually doing something. So I think the time passes just a little bit quicker.
Well, I ask you to talk to me the whole time.
But when you're just sitting in the passenger seat, it's like.
And I said, honey, talk to me. He goes, I'm just looking around. I'm just riding. I'm like, I'm bored. Talk to me.
I'm looking at the same stuff I always look at every time we go out because we go to the same places.
You know, you could just talk to your wife and fill up that space.
Well, I mean, I talk to
Why do you go with me? Why don't you stay home?
I don't like being alone.
Are you afraid that you're going to get hurt by yourself at home? I think that's it. I think I just nailed that.
Yeah.
I just hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, I like being with Amber when she's out because, you know, she gets, you know, I don't want her to go off on nobody or go. Yeah, you gotta be there to say, honey.
No, honey. You just want to witness it. Wait, did you just say you go with me so I won't hurt nobody? Well, I went off in the girls in the eye doctor's office the other day and you didn't say nothing. I think he just wants to witness it.
We had to go yesterday to get a freezer and, you know, this, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I didn't go off on him, though. It was really nice-ish.
Well, she gave them basically everybody in there a reminder of how
you should be a gentleman.
You should be a gentleman, and you know, sometimes you need to listen to your parents and let them give you
Let's give kids. My birthday's coming up. I'm going to be 50. I'm accepting all forms of donations: manual labor, bales of hay, livestock, garden seeds, you name it. I'm accepting all forms of donations or gifts. I should say they're not donations. Anyhow, the children, with a little nudge or encouragement from their mom, ordered me well, I wanted a new gun, and that's what they were going to get. And then I realized I had a want and I had a need. And I really wanted the new gun because my revolver is getting too hard for me to pull with the arthritis in my hand. But instead, we needed a new freezer because I ordered a half a cow and we have no place to put it because our freezer's full from getting our pigs processed. So I really wanted the gun, but I needed the freezer. So there goes that, because I was going to talk about that. So I'm excited to get the cow, which is still almost 90 pounds of beef. So we still need a place to put it. Anyhow, long story short is they ordered it and we needed to go and pick it up from Lowe's. So I go in there and there's one person, and y'all, if you guys go out in public, anywhere to buy anything, go easy on the workers. I mean, don't, let them be jerk to you, but don't be impatient. Be nice. Tell them thank you. Tell them please. Wait your turn, because everybody is short staffed because no one wants to work because they're all getting free money to stay at home. And that was my job before COVID. But anyways, so they're short staffed and there was one person, and I'm waiting behind these two young ladies, and I'm there for a little while, and in comes this man. He's like 6 foot. He looked like he was about 6'2". He saw us. He stood over on the other side. There's a clerk here. I was behind the girls waiting with my buggy to give him my code to pick up my freezer. And then this guy stands over on this side. So we're there about 15 minutes or more. And another clerk comes up. He walks up in front of me to the clerk and gets waited on. And those girls turn around and looked at me, and they're like, woo, they're like, what? And I said, that's okay, real loud. I'm like, I ain't going to show my behind today. I said, that's not his fault. He don't have no manners. I said, his mama didn't raise him right to just cut in front of somebody and cut in front of a woman. I mean, it's not just a male-female thing, but listen, and jerk him upside the back of his head. I don't care how old or tall he is. And even if he would have been there first, I still, as a man, as a gentleman, I would say, you can go ahead. I do that all the time to people. If I know that, or if I see them, especially if anybody's elderly or if you see somebody, you got a full buggy and they got one item, let them go in front of you. It don't hurt nothing. You're still going to get to the same place at the right time. Anyhow, so yeah, I didn't show my behind, but I was very loud and vocal. So I don't think you actually go to stop me. I just think you go to watch.
Yeah, that's exciting. Yes. Right.
Better than cable.
Yeah.
Anyhow. So we've been busy this week.
Yeah, so it was nice to be able to come home and have
a freezer.
Baby ducks.
You just jumping right out the gate. You go. I actually wrote stuff down today, and I never do that. Oh, I got 2 pairs of glasses now. Because we've had a busy homestead week. We've had a very busy as a bee homestead week. We started out. Well, no. We started out with bees, did we not?
Yeah, we started out with bees.
No, that wasn't the start. I can't remember where we started. We started out the week, I know, working on the rabbit colony. And you're doing really well with that. Do you want to update? You were hoping to be done, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, I was hoping to be done with the rabbit colony, and we got a little bit of rain, and we got some other things things that where I wasn't going to be able to have a sufficient enough time to go in and start. And so hopefully
he won't do it. If he gets a late start, he won't do it. If it's on a Friday, he won't start it. It's the weirdest quirks. I'm like, you've got money to work on because he wants that whole day. He'll do other stuff, just won't do that.
Well, it's
Explain
not like
it to me,
it's
Lizzie.
not like I'm just going to sit around and not do anything.
I just said you did other stuff.
Yeah, it takes being able to focus on what I'm doing.
That's what it is. You can't focus if you have that time that you know that you got to leave.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be.
You can't do that. What if somebody doesn't have a finger that's watching them? Sorry. Maybe you should have focused. So anyhow, but we have made progress. So I'm not going to say a date because unless he says it, it doesn't happen. And sometimes if he says it, it doesn't happen. But the rabbit colonies come along really good. Morgan came over, got 2 rabbits. They're spoiled rotten. They're like living at the Hilton now. She got them a little pineapple house, a tube to go into, another little wicker tube that they walk through. It's like, okay, so Morgan,
potty palace,
a potty palace where they use the litter box. She's gold. So, and we got our bunnies separated now. So, but everybody wants the babies, and I get it. And then we have the bunnies that we got to list, but we finally got them separated. Burritos and tacos. I'll let Timmy cover that one.
I ain't going there.
The thing is,
5 and 5.
5 and 5. Isn't that crazy? Well, we had 7 and 5, but Morgan took 2 females. I'm happy that it's that even ratio. And I'm happy now that they're separated because we didn't need more. With the bunnies that we have, 10 bunnies, we have the ability to have 300 bunnies in 30 days. That's crazy. And that's how much they breed and how quickly they breed in the wild because they kind of are on the bottom of the totem pole. And there is a demand around here for rabbit meat. There is no regulating body to help you process rabbit meat. Or just don't do it and sell pets, but no one wants to process their own. I'm seeing people ask all the time for processed rabbit meat. So this might be something that we can. Then last night now you can tell it. Tell it.
9 baby ducks.
9 baby ducks. So that's pretty cool.
And it's amazing how they can hatch out and be running around in just a matter of minutes.
This is the first time, and let's be honest, this is the first time that we have had a lot, other than giving birth, a fowl hatch out their own young. We've normally taken them and put them in the incubator and done it ourselves.
Yeah.
One, because we like the process; it's a little bit more controlled environment. But this is, and we have a turkey sitting on a clutch of eggs. They're adorable. 9 baby ducks.
Yeah, I'm excited about them just being able to do this on their own and not intervene. So instead of going out and buying.
Oh, I'm gonna go get starter feed because you like the pellets and they need crumbles.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was gonna say buying pullets and
oh yeah. Sorry, I thought you were talking about
the flock.
Oh, there's much healthier, but and he passed away this morning, and she's been talking to me on and off, and they had to pull him out. They said he got stuck, so they pulled him out. He was a single birth, and He was doing good, then he wasn't doing good. By the time she talked to me, it was just too late. That's why when Cass had her 5, there was 2 she wasn't taking the sack off of. I left. I'm like, I'm gonna let her do its surgery. But at the same time too, I firmly believe that if you intervene too much when you're not supposed to, that creates some things that are your fault. You definitely have a parasite load, or if there was an injury, they got cut on something, all of those things intervene. But a lot of times when it comes to birthing issues, we don't intervene. And because we do want to create a strong colony, same thing with the bees. So I was happy to see that the duck hatched out her own, and she has 9 little waddlers walking around. Babies on a farm are cute. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. Babies on a farm are cute.
Yeah, and it's nice to sit there and see the bond between them, because the mother, she's just laying down, and they're just right there with her, just nestled up to her,
being a good mama.
Yeah, they're sitting out in the sun,
and we're able to increase our yield without having to increase any money. I mean, there's nothing that we had to do, just let nature do its thing. So we're pretty happy about that. So we got baby bunnies, new bees that we just got. So we have a pack of bees that Timmy installed in a top bar hive. And that's another thing that we have Langstroth hives and top bar hives. And we are hoping to really increase our bee population this year and our bee colonies. And yeah, we need to get some swarm traps. We have a huge demand for local honey. And I think every place has a huge demand for local honey. So that's something that we need to put our focus on this year, is making sure they're happy. Our healthiest colony was a swarm of wild bees, the ones that just found us and found our hive. That was the healthiest colony we ever had.
Yeah, they came in, they beat me up.
They're aggressive, they're mean.
Wow.
But they're that way. That's how they're supposed to, tame little things that crawl all over you. They're aggressive, and they picked their own queen. They are strong. They are healthy. And when you order like a pack, like we did, that is probably one of the weakest colonies that you can buy is a pack that they've raised, and they put them with a colony of bees that have not selected their queen intentionally. They didn't vote for her. Kind of like our president now. So there's a lot of parallel stuff going on right there. Anyhow, and you're forcing them to accept her. Now there is a chance that they couldn't, but she's a good queen, she gives off enough pheromones that say, hey, it's not as nowhere near as strong as a wild swarm of bees. So we need to get some bee swarms up, and that would be nice. Now they can develop to be strong over time. They just don't start out that way. And then what else do we got going on? Oh, we got a new cat. This is our first cat that we've ever owned willingly. One came with the property, Alistair, and it got killed from the wildlife here. And we've never owned a cat.
We don't know if it got killed.
There was blood on the wall of the cabin.
I thought that was from a chicken.
It could have been.
Anyway, we don't know what happened.
It would have come back if it was alive. It would never leave our porch for months. After it learned that we fed it, it wouldn't leave our porch. I don't even know when it went to the bathroom. I'd go outside. It was there every single minute. And then one day it was gone and never saw it again. And so anyhow, we have a mouse and rat issue because of our livestock feed. And well, we inherited a mouse and rat issue with the property. And so we got a cat. Yes, I know we need more than one. They didn't have more than one. This is our cat, a feral cat, and it doesn't like to be touched ever. So it wasn't even 24 hours. Gavin's like, I can't find the cat. I said, you lost the stinking cat already.
In the cabin.
Already. He goes, I said, Gavin, how did it get out? He goes, Mom, it didn't even open it. So we're keeping it because it just got fixed. We got it from a shelter, no kill shelter, and down in the cabin in the holler, it has a room that is the bathroom, and it's not except for our freezer and the shower stall that's not installed yet. And so we were like, well, we'll keep it in there. It can't hurt nothing. There ain't nothing on the walls. There ain't nothing. And yeah, he lost it. So and he was freaking out because he hadn't even had the cat for 24 hours. But we're going to keep it in there for a little while until it gets used to us, and then we're going to slowly, hopefully, acclimate it to outside to do its thing. But there's mice in the cabin too, so it should do just fine. But he found it.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes.
Tell him where he found it.
It was up behind the freezer.
Not my new one, the freezer that's full of our pig meat.
We have an upright freezer, and there's a void in the back where the compressor and all is. There's room for a cat to get in there.
And it did.
And just hang out.
And he found it. But he did send me a picture last night. He got these work gloves on. And I don't know if he had long sleeves or not, but he got the cat. And he goes, the cat's mine. Now, he said, I'm going to hold it for a while. And I said, well, wrap it up tight in a blanket. Just hold it to you. Mm-hmm. So don't, calm it down. So that's what he did. And I don't know how long. I didn't hear back, but I got that picture. That cat's eyes are like that.
Well, they're big anyway. It's the clock cat.
Yeah.
You've seen that one.
In the doctor's office, y'all ever seen that cat clock that has the tail that
swings? And
that's exactly what
really
it looks
big,
like.
and they just go back and forth. That's
why. Yeah, so we've had a lot going on. That, and we were blessed with the tin yesterday and the wire from our friend.
Yeah.
That was a huge, huge blessing. A friend of ours, they redid their roof on their mother's house, and said, hey, do y'all need some tin? I'm like, heck yeah.
Yeah, so it's nice to be able to barter and get the things that you need, and
bartering's the best way to go.
Give people,
stuff they need,
stuff that they need. So it all works out.
It's all good. So I think that's it for the animals this week. Why do I have? Oh, I put bunnies because we had the bunnies. We got the bees. Athena, her new puppy, she's doing great. She loves being outside. She hates being in the house now. So that's a good thing. Yeah. We try to keep her in the house.
Yeah, her and Aslan really grown.
They're bonding. They're playing every day.
Yeah. Sadie is actually tolerating her now.
Tolerating.
Yeah, so she doesn't growl at her anymore.
So that's good. And we have the cat. We're getting the beef Tuesday to fill our freezer. The tin, just huge blessings all the way around. Doesn't mean we're without struggles. We actually have a lot of struggles going on right now. One I'm going to ask you to pray for is my brother who went to the hospital, and I'm not going to do too many details because it's his personal information, but he did go to the hospital with heart failure, and we don't know what that means for the future for him. His life has changed 180 degrees in a week. He's only 40 years old, so this is crazy young. And we don't know what God has planned. I mean, we don't know. And so we're just praying for his salvation and praying for his healing and go from there. So, yeah. And we're going to kind of move off of that so I don't get too emotional. But that, hopefully, we'll get some answers this week about that and just see. And what else? Oh, the market. I got to get my stuff listed for the market.
Yeah, Market Wagon.
Market Wagon. If y'all are, just Google search and put in your zip code and see if it's available to you. It's the same business model that we did in South Carolina, except this isn't a nonprofit. It's not the same type of nonprofit that we were when we had our business in South Carolina. It was just us. I was talking to the market manager this week, and she goes, so were you, who were you under? What kind of government grants did you get? I said, just us. That's it. We did it on ourselves. because there are a lot of government grants out there for different things of that nature. But this is an online farmers market called Market Wagon. I think it's marketwagon.com if I'm not mistaken. And then you put in your zip code and see if they're available in your area. And they are a hub that work with local farmers and artisans, and they offer their products through this hub, and you pick and choose what you want, just like any other online shopping experience. Add it to your cart, pay $5.50, and they deliver it to your home every week. So we ordered through them just to see what it was like. I wanted to see if they had the same type of quality that I'm accustomed to or that I want in my products. And they did. They had nice professional delivery bags. They were ice packed. Everything was packaged nice. We got a gallon of milk with the cream on it. We got smoked cheese from another farmer. I'm not going to tell you. We got lettuce and cinnamon buns. Oh, we have those cinnamon buns. We need those for breakfast. And so I tried to order meat. I wanted to, but we're getting half a cow.
Yeah, we're
so
gonna have meat.
We got plenty. I almost did it just to see, but I'd like that's kind of a waste of money. Anyhow, so we'll be selling all of our products through the Market Wagon, and that's one way that we'll try to monetize our homestead. I love the option because as a farmer or as a producer or as an artisan, you're not schlepping your stuff every week in boxes, setting up in the heat of the day, trying to push your products all day long, moving them back to the house, unpacking them. Your stuff gets damaged. People touch it. It's hard to keep it cool. It's just a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
You make good money. There's no doubt about it. You make good money selling at farmers market sometimes. If they have at a decent market, you make bang. I mean, a friend of ours, Johnny, back in South Carolina,
Yeah.
he made $5,000 a week.
I think people who have done it for a while and are used to it, the setting up and tearing everything down. It's a lot of work through getting everything there.
You can't farm your land and do it. You have to have someone else do it for you. So this is a great alternative. They're still growing. Market Wagon's been around since 2016. They're in several different states. I know at least around us. Like they're in Illinois, Chicago, Kentucky, Tennessee.
Yeah.
But I'm not quite sure if they're West Coast or not. If not, there's something comparable. But it's a great alternative for us. Unfortunately, though, with Market Wagon, where it's located, it's a long drive for us. So even if I only get one order, like one bar of soap, I still have to drive all the way to Knoxville to fulfill that order. But that's the legwork that you put into starting a new business. We're excited though. We're hoping to start microgreens, right?
Yeah, we start microgreens.
And this is the thing when you're producing something. Say you've got land, or even if you have a yard, you could still do this. I mean, when we did our farmers market in South Carolina, our property was 85 foot wide and 148 feet deep, and we made it a success.
Yeah.
I made all of our products. We did herbs, we did eggs, we did honey. You can make it on a little piece of land. Garlic is the biggest, like garlic. Any of your garlic, turmeric, ginger, all of that stuff, you can grow in a small space and make really good money. But anyhow, I looked at the market and talking to the market manager, and we're like, what is this market missing? They don't need 10 tomato farmers. They need, one or two choices of every category. That way, if farmer A doesn't have, say they went on vacation that week, or they didn't have a good harvest that week, you still have farmer B that helps fill in those gaps. So I say 2 of one product is enough. And I talked to her for a long time, and I found gaps in what they were producing. And one of them was microgreens. Well, microgreens, anybody can grow. Not anybody, but you don't need land to do it, which is the greatest thing, and there's good money in it. I mean, microgreens go from $20 to $40 a pound, and that's based off of 1 ounce of seed. So, if you're doing the math and you buy a pound of seed for $16, you're basically paying $1 an ounce, and off of that dollar, it's the same way. It's like, give me feedback. what can I change? What can I make better? You know, and we took that into consideration and made changes along the way. And it was really a great concept. And we had the ability to grow. And then we moved. So that was that. But yeah, so that's exciting that we have coming in the future. We're going to be offering our infused salts, our infused sugars, our infused honeys, the microgreens, hopefully later on down the road. I don't see it happening this summer, but maybe fall we'll start doing mushrooms, like oyster mushrooms, shiitake. What was the other one? The red ones. That was King Strafora. There we go. Because there's a market for it and there's nobody meeting that demand. And that's kind of like anything. You find a need and fill a need. If you are wanting to be self-employed, that's what you need to do. Find a need and fill a need. What is missing that people are needing and can you provide it? And boom, business, especially if you like doing it. Because my coffee is empty and I'm trying to look at our schedule this week. We have a busy day tomorrow. We have a busy day Tuesday. And then we got to leave again Wednesday. And we got to leave again Thursday. And then Friday's my birthday. And Sunday's Mother's Day. So yay! Yeah. Oh, we're selling cut herbs too. Cut fresh herbs. Anyhow, so that's that. Y'all, please pray for my brother, pray for my family, my mother, and my father, who are both extremely stressed about their son, in a caring way. I mean, what parent wouldn't be? And lift him in your prayers, please, for comfort, peace, guidance, healing, all of those things. I greatly appreciate it. And then we'll probably, I'm not quite sure, we'll go have chat on Sunday and Mother's Day, our live coffee conversation. We might just join you all on Saturday instead, depending on what we got going on here.
All right.
All right.